welcome. I won't be doing greetings today because I'll be driving, but if you are new, please subscribe. We'd love to have you. You never know what you're going to get here. A lot of opinion usually, but sometimes it's backed up with some research. But I won't be looking at the screen much today because I'll be driving. I've got some regulars that love my drive times, and we can't do it as long because the cell service is sketchy today. And yes, I'm a hot mess because it is humid. No, I did not tell anybody I was doing a live today. I'm getting messages from people that notifications aren't going out on either channel. So we'll see if anybody shows up. I hope. I surely hope. It's an odd time. See, it's morning. Let's see. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. It's just 10:30 on the West Coast. So that's a morning live for the West Coast, which is very unusual for me. Oh, there's a big pothole. Let me tell you, I have been gone from my home for 10 months, and the changes that have taken place in 10 months is ridiculous. I cannot believe it. I've never seen this place do anything this fast. Our skating rink that has been there and forever has got a Buffalo Wild Wings, a teriyaki, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a car wash. And people threw a fit when they were going to tear the skating rink down, but I guess that fit didn't help. But yes, I took a shower, washed my hair, fixed my bangs. I didn't check, which usually I do. The humidity must be 100%. It's absolutely crazy. And you will see, I hope it went away. I tried to do this and hit a button, and that keeps it in place. And it set it up for 10 o'clock tonight. Well, I won't have cell service at 10 o'clock tonight. And I don't know how this phone is going to work at the farm. I hope it works. Because I can remember JK streaming his movies and YouTube and stuff on it, but that doesn't mean there's enough to go live or anything like that. And I'm going to do a video for y'all to let y'all see what a mess being away from the farm has created. Now, oh, Ethan, we didn't get all of that stuff, did we? Did we get that Amazon bag with the new tablecloth? Was it on top of the tablets? Do you have an Amazon bag with the tablets? Okay, did you get the Amazon bag that was with it?
I got the screen protector.
Oh, shoot. We're going to have to go back. It's not the tablecloth.
We're going to have to go back?
Yes. Because their tablecloths are all too rough. I want to try to get that place put back together. Ah, there's one person. Somebody got a notification. You should have maybe got 3. It took me 3 attempts to try to get this live going. I had the first one ready and hit some kind of button, and it asked me, do you want to resume? And I said yes. And it had set it up for a 10 o'clock. Wow. 10 o'clock p.m. But yes, I cannot believe that I wasn't in that direction when we were in Virginia. So the changes could have taken place over 2 years because we were gone for 2 years. Unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I've got to get a new, well, I've got a good, but it's big, it's wonderful. My sister got it for me, and it was perfect for the truck. But this thing has such a little bit of, I got a thumbs up, but it doesn't show anybody being there. That's crazy. But anyway, I wasn't in that direction of that Walmart because when I came in, I just did delivery before I got here. And that all could have taken place over a 2-year period of time. We're on the interstate right now, but we have to go back to the house. Listen, that porch is a mess. It's got dishes on it. We're trying to get next door ready for Ethan's mama to move in, and everything that we don't know what to do with immediately, it's landing on the porch. But while I go in and look for that bag, I'll let Mr. Ethan from Ethan's Life Journey chat with y'all. Oh, there's a couple people. Yay! We left our new tablecloth, so we're having to go back to the house. Stay back. Stupid thing. Oh, and I'm going through a high traffic area. It stinks. Who's there? Do you have any comments? Y'all tell me who's there so I can say hello. So I've got some opinions on what's going on. Believe it or not, I sat and watched that SAS convention yesterday that, oh my gosh, Charlie Kirk is doing for young people. Let me tell you what, they interviewed, he said, get that boy's information. I'm going to put him in the other dude that does the war room. When he gets old enough, I'm going to put him in my internship. That boy had the smartest comment on what's going on with the government, the deep state, and he was asked, are you just saying what your parents say? Or, is this your opinion? He said, I watch you, I watch Charlie Kirk, I watch a couple other channels, and this is my opinion. And I was just completely impressed with that kid, and so was he. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I guess that phone's too heavy. I don't know right off where that other, I put it, because it's got a ring light on it, I put it up before we went to Washington, and I'm not real sure where I put it, so I'm not going to take time to look for it. So, I don't know why it was on Amazon, and it was cheap. But a lot of people always tell me they like my drive time lives. I've had comments. When you're going to do another drive time live, see, that just will not stay up there. I guess I'll just keep moving you. Don't want to see my live. Maybe when I stop, there's another adjustment I can fix on it. I don't want to do that one and drive. But we are glad to be home. It is humid. I swear to Pete, I had my hair fixed and just packing the car. These two need squeezed and pushed up. Can you reach it? Okay. See if that clicks. Sorry to show y'all the roof. No, it'll drop if you mash it. Sure. Did you have it pinched in when I pushed it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. I have to roll through a stop sign, y'all. Messing with the phone. Whoops. Well, I tightened that. Alt. tighten that maybe some more. There we go. Y'all know I didn't do, lives and stuff for a long time, and then of course we had a setup in Washington that made it a little easier. Didn't do any drive time lives, and I am out of practice. Stupid thing ain't working. It's aggravating me. I guess it's just too heavy. Well, I'll just lift y'all up every once in a while. Had a tough week. Didn't do much. Feeling better today. But yeah, the humidity just did a number on my hair. I had the other thing somewhere. I could check and tell y'all, but I don't know what happened to it. I'll find it when I unpack this thing. Still the two there. It's a little early, but people will watch it. They'll see the replay. It's just a bad time. I didn't realize it was so early, actually. And it's 10:30 on the West Coast. People are working and busy and having a mid-morning nap. But I've been watching all of this Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Cash Patel mess. And I'm not a big one to agree with Megyn Kelly on anything with that. I can't see. Oh, Turkey! How are you, sweetheart? I didn't tell anybody I was going live because it was at an odd time. And people will watch the replay. They request drive time lives. And we left our new tablecloths up at the house, and we need to take them to the farm. Oh, shoot. I don't remember seeing something I ordered. I don't remember seeing those clear plastic tablecloths or shower curtains either. I messed up, and one of my tablecloths is water resistant, but it is cloth. So I just ordered 2 cheap clear shower curtains to put over it. But when I got out to help her, because I said I was going to have my own bags to bag my groceries, and I don't remember seeing her hand me 2 shower curtains. When would Walmart not have 2 cheap plastic shower curtains? On the day that I want them. That's when. My thing's not working on these bumpy roads. It did better on the interstate, but it's not doing so good. Oh, fold laundry. Yeah, me and Ethan need to do some laundry. We did that 9-day trip. Wore all those clothes. We've been here for 2 weeks, but we have spent most of that time in our pajamas. But when we come back Monday, I've got to gather up laundry and get it done, because we may have finally gone through all of Ethan's underwear. I just brought you 1 pair. I've got some business to take care of. Who is that? Occam's Razor. How are you, honey? I didn't notify anybody. I was going live. Everybody's busy, got a lot going on right now. You know, I don't want to bother my mods. If you need to go, that's fine. If I don't notify you, then I don't expect y'all. CJ Blaze, what are you doing in here, girl? You got too much going on, that's why I didn't notify nobody. You need to go, you do what you need to do. I'm having to go back home. Hang on a second. We just finished at Walmart and left the tablecloths. But when I come back, hang on, y'all. Got something for you. I said, I've got something for you when we come back. Non-stick skillet. But since I've got it, I'm going to use it. Okay, we'll see ya. Tell Ethan's Papa and Daddy. They were expecting us back. Oh. But yes, I've decided if I don't give y'all notification I'm going live, that means I don't want to bother y'all. If y'all happen to see the notification, my wonderful, lovely, beautiful mods that I love so much, and you got a minute, you want to come in, fine. Oh my gosh, that rose of Sharon bush is beautiful. Let me see if I can turn y'all. Look, Ethan, and see if they can see this bush. Oh, I've got it knotted. I've got it tight. Make sure nobody's behind me. Can y'all see that rose of Sharon bush?
Oh, yes, they can.
Isn't that beautiful? Gosh, I didn't see it when I was going out. It's beautiful. So, anyway, I just have to run in and... Well, now it's too high. What in the world? Grab these tablecloths and I'll be right back out. And Ethan is going to talk to y'all. We don't need him to see the nasty porch, do we? You want to tell him anything?
I don't know.
Talk to him.
Ethan, if you're anybody's new here, make sure to go to my channel, Ethan's Life Journey, and check it out. So, West Virginia. Well, here she comes.
Forgot the tripods too, baby.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm going to share with y'all. Look at this hair, this humidity. I'm going to share with y'all what a mess. I'm going to video and show y'all what 2 years leaving a place and leaving a key with somebody can do to a place. I can't see. Bye, people. That's pretty good at this hour of the day. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try to hide my porch. I told everybody earlier that we're trying to get this duplex cleaned out and ready for Ethan's mama to move in and everything. But so far that Ethan's daddy has not known what to do with this, set it on the porch. and I decided that I had had a lousy week. Hadn't really done anything, but we're going to the farm for a couple days. So, look at those leaves. You're going to have to sweep off your trampoline or that natural rot. But anyway, back to this. You know, my allergies have been bothering me, and I have been piddling around a lot with that EpiPen the past few days. Oh my gosh, this stupid thing. And I'm going to tell y'all, nobody, of course, some of this stuff couldn't be mentioned when they're talking on TV anyway. But do y'all remember back at the time of the reported so-called there was video released from Ramstein or Ramstein, however you say it, Air Force Base in Germany, Ramstein, I think, Air Force Base in Germany, that showed that sucker getting off of a plane in Germany. Y'all remember that? And then there was a coroner, God knows if he even's still in existence. You know, when they remove any kind of a body, it's always covered up from head to toe. His wasn't. The sheet just went to here. And there were several people that did side-by-sides and said that was a look-alike. That was not him on that gurney. Now they've come out and said, well, you know, he could have been an operative for a Middle Eastern country. He was an operative for the U.S. and Israel. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. That's why he could get away with as much as he got away with. And if they release incriminating evidence on high-stake players, I'm quite sure they didn't plan on him keeping documentation, which I'm sure he probably thought was a life insurance policy. And so far, I think it probably has been. But I've seen that guy multiple times from that jail that said absolutely there is nothing in those cells to do anything negative with. Too many of them. Too many. For it to be a conspiracy. I don't know at what point, other than, didn't old Benjamin show up in Washington recently? I think old Benjamin was in Washington. And if he was Mossad, they don't want that crap released. So they all, without knowing, you know, you can go back to the hearings prior in his charges, and the records were horrible. The statements were horrible. The testimony was horrible. There was proof that that stuff went on that now they're saying was downloaded children. Don't matter. That's bad enough. But there's a list. We've seen the flight list. we've seen on that flight list, there is Ivanka and Ivana Trump. Ivana Trump would have been way too young to have been on that island with Ivanka in the time frame that supposedly that list was released. Because, Ivanka's mother's dead. I don't know what year she died. But anyway, I don't believe any of it. I don't think a word of it's true. I'm not a big fan of Megyn Kelly. But she did say that she never remembered an attorney general being on the news making a statement more than one time a year in all of her years of being in broadcasting. And every time you turn around, old Pam Bondi's face is there. And Megyn said she thought she had got caught up in the star seeking. Could be. Now, if she doesn't get fired, and I hope and pray there's something done and Bongino and Patel don't leave, because I really truly do believe that those two men want the best for the American people in this country. I really truly believe that. I have listened and watched and tried to find something bad in Dan Bongino on his shows. And he is a true American. I really truly believe that. And I believe he made the sacrifice to go try to help America be better and to straighten out the FBI. I really do. So him and Pammy got into it, and he took Friday off, and now I've heard he has taken Monday and Tuesday off to sort through things and see if he can calm down. Now, they have said, people that worked with him when he was a Secret Service person, that he is hot-headed. He does have a temper when he thinks he's right, and he's not afraid of a fight or afraid to say what he thinks. And they're hoping that he will just calm down, but there's conflicting reports on Kash Patel, that if Bongino leaves, Kash will leave. And then there's reports that's not true. But the reports that say that's not true are the people part of trying to hang on to some semblance of control. And if anybody thinks that anybody was afraid, now he has done different things, made different moves. But I'm sorry, the deep state is too deep. He'll never drain that swamp. Ever drain that swamp. I don't believe it. And, and maybe the assassination attempts. How many planes? Was it 7 planes they intercepted and escorted off out of the airspace over his golf course in New Jersey that he was at last week? I don't know. Maybe he fears for his family. I don't know. There's a lot of there's more unasked questions and more questions with no answers than there are questions without answers. What is that woman that was supposedly getting the girls for that island? What's she still doing in jail if there's nothing there? Now, if they were smart, they would come out and say, look, we just came into office since January 20th, and then we had to get confirmed, and then we had to get, into the DOJ and the FBI, And we believe that a multitude of documents were destroyed. That would be their smart move. So they haven't said that, which makes me wonder, what do they still have? They still have something. Because that should have been, instead of, oh, it's on my desk, it's on my desk, it's on my desk. She never said, I've got the EpiPen, the JFK, the MLK, documents, files on my desk. I haven't gone through them. No, she said it's on my desk. It's not the files, not they. You know, what about the Epstein list? It's on my desk. So they're lying. And the only reason I care about it is I'd like to know if there is somebody somewhere holding office or a holding office that is on that list. We need to know that. I think a lot of people would be surprised. I mean, I saw on that list not only was Hillary there, but so was Chelsea. And everybody forgotten that when they went into the home of EpiPen, that there was a big old huge picture hanging on the wall of Bill, you know, Hillary's husband, and him in a green, emerald green satin dress, emerald green high heels, hanging in that home. Of course, they'll never run. She might, but he'll never run for anything again. He's too old, and he's already been president. After president, why would he want to be anything else? But do y'all remember that picture of him in that dress? It's just like Diddy. There was too many high-profile people in that mess that they needed to protect. Another thing I want to cover. That's enough about my allergies and my EpiPen. This flood in Texas. The guy that owns the company, Happy Rain or something, it was Happy something, did an interview and admitted that yes, their company had sprayed 2 days before that flood. And he just seemed to be so proud, you know, that he's got that company, not worried about how many kids are missing. But it was brought to the attention of, I don't even remember. I've watched so much different stuff now, the past couple days. I don't even remember where it came from. But Camp Mystic is a Masonic camp. And we all know what we think of block masons, you know, that use cement, lay the block, the masons, for code purposes. Who cares if that was a camp for the kids of the fathers in that club? They were children that were washed away. And they're, you know, the children weren't part of that club. So how in the world, I mean, how conspiratorial do you have to be in your mindset that the number one thing that you pull out of that is Camp Mystic was part of that organization? It was a camp for the members' kids. They were kids. Well, we all know where all that bunch is going anyway. But that doesn't mean their children are involved. Doesn't. Do the children benefit because everybody in that club takes care of each other and builds businesses? I know that for a fact. When I had my trucking company, I was offered a brand new cooler trailer and a regular box trailer and all the business in the world I wanted. The only thing that we had to do was allow my husband to become a member of that little club. And let me tell you what, we were going to make some big money. I said, no way. And I was already using the cooler trailer. It's called a reefer trailer. For any of my truck drivers on there, yes, I know it's a reefer trailer. But for those that don't know, it's a cooler trailer. It's what they keep the frozen and refrigerated stuff in. And there's plastic covered, vinyl covered dividers that divide that up. What's closer to that cooler situation is the frozen food, and then the refrigerated food is on the middle to the end of the truck typically. But oh yeah, we were going to be taken care of. No questions asked. And this old dude had 2 guard dogs. I couldn't believe he invited us to his house. But he had 2 guard dogs that were trained in German. That freaked me out in the first place. And then when I was asked to leave the house and go outside and stand, I made up my mind right then that I was done with that, because I was the only person this man had communicated with, and a very unknowing person had hooked me up with that. Just saw the reefer set and parked and knew I needed a reefer because I was contracted with Aldi through a trucking company, and then I had my own authority that we did Charlotte to California runs, and I could only do dry goods because all I was doing was taking another company, T-Berry Express. I always liked their name because I like T-Berry gum, taking their trailers to California. But if I had had a cooler, then I could have got different loads and had my trailer loaded and been paid a lot more. Well, listen, this guy said that reefer trailer came with contracts, big paying contracts. But no, it wasn't worth it. I wasn't getting involved in that. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Nope, wouldn't get involved in that. But anyway, shame on anybody that is not praying for these parents. I mean, my son was 42 and I'm having a time. Now, I've had a delayed reaction because we left and I wasn't home, and now I'm amongst a bunch of triggers and memories. But can you imagine 12, 14-year-old kids being swept away? What the parents would go through of a small child? I mean, that's just evilness. And if y'all watch anybody that brings that up, that says anything about, well, that was, hooked to that brick mason cement laying group, leave them a comment. They need to find Jesus. Where's the fruits of the Spirit in their hearts? Those were children. Let's see, what else is crazy? We gotta keep praying. Marjorie Taylor Greene keeps up with wanting to stop this spraying. I mean, they've done North Carolina, Texas. I mean, how many places have to be flooded? Okay, on my last note, I had people praying. Me and Ethan got on the phone and prayed with somebody that's just filled with the Holy Ghost. on a Tuesday night, our time, Wednesday morning, their time. And on Sunday, we found out we could come home. And it was so fast, and we had been praying so hard and had so many people praying for us to be able to get home that it was almost difficult to be excited, because we've all heard for years. The documentary never came out about the Cascadia Subduction Zone. Yeah, just a little poke there. But the fact remains, the Cascadia Subduction Zone is a mess and will create a mess. And will go triggering off what goes down California. You know, they even say it could even trigger off the San Andreas. Now there's a short on Ethan's channel where we tried to see Mount Rainier up close and personal, and we went about halfway up that mountain, and we had regular, the highest we had was 4.5 earthquakes, but there were regular earthquakes in Washington. Now, I was in Federal Way. Tacoma is lower, kind of in the middle of Federal Way in Seattle. Seattle had more, but we still had several. But we were flying in from Guatemala, and we could see Mount St. Helens and Rainier, and both of those, I videoed it. He wasn't sitting with me. I videoed it. I said, that's not clouds, that is steam. And they had already marked Mount St. Helens as active, changed the status. And I've told y'all the lead volcanologist said he was losing sleep. Well, you know, we saw that lava bed, and there's nothing really downstream of that lava bed left for him to be losing sleep. And I thought, there's got to be more to this. Well, he probably already knew about Rainier. Supposed to have had 1,000 earthquakes in a 24-hour period of time or something. And we'd be driving down the street, and once you got past the big, huge pine trees, boom, Rainier was right in your face. So Rainier is, you know, right at Federal Way where we were. And then Japan has cracked open. Our Tribe of Men YouTube channel has a son doing missionary work over there right now. It's their second child that's gone. 1,000 people flew out the day that the earth cracked and the ocean started spewing up through the land. And it could very well trigger the Ring of Fire. And I was getting back to my point. I was, road work, sorry. I was concerned about the speediness of our prayers being answered when we really got focused on it, because we knew we were coming home for 6 weeks for the summer. And I said, oh Lord, please take care of the West Coast, because I just felt it, that stuff's getting ready to pop off. So keep the West Coast in your prayers. We didn't particularly like it over there, but there's still people. Now, as far as the churches go there, there's not a church on every corner. And all but one church, and it wasn't even in Federal Way, I had to go to the next little town, which wasn't but 10 minutes away, only has Sunday services. That's it. Sunday morning service. That's it. But still, there are Christians there. So we need to pray for people to find Jesus. And I talk to people every day about Jesus. And they'd say, yeah, I'm a grandma. You know, you sound like my grandma. Yeah, you sound like my mom. Well, you know, maybe it's time for you to find Jesus. You know, I just tell them I didn't care. So keep the West Coast in your prayers. We've got Rip Curl in Oregon. We've got Lisa R. Hall up at the top. we've got people we know and love on that West Coast. And even the people that we don't know, if they're Jesus's children, we're still supposed to love and pray for them. To pray for people to get. I talked to a woman because I'm having to switch my insurance from Washington back to West Virginia. And she told me yesterday that she and her family and everybody she knew personally and co-workers were scared to death. But none of them have a way to leave. So there's a lot going on right now. And I haven't heard, maybe y'all can put it in the comments, as Trump still talking about sending stuff to that U country. It'd be a big mistake if he does, especially on the heels of this Pam Bondi mess. She needs to go. She just needs to go. Even the Floridians that were at that convention yesterday said, we loved her. Yes, when she was in Florida, she did a good job, but she has massively screwed this up. She needs to go. And I think that's the way most people feel that are, following that mess. But I think there is a deeper picture to that. I do not think
Manny,
that man is gone. What, honey?
don't forget to get ice.
Oh, okay. Up at the little country store. Remind me when we start up that mountain. I told Ethan to remind me to stop and get ice. We got all kinds of meat with us. We got to cook for 2 days and eat. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go because I'm just right about at the point that it starts getting a little spotty and I can't see, how good my Wi-Fi or my internet is here. But that's about all I had to say anyway. Just give you some food for thought. Put in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if you have different information, or there's somebody that you want me to watch to get more information, to form a more educated opinion on any of the topics that I talked about. I will be more than glad to take your input, or if you've even seen something and want to tell me, because right now this is going to take up another, unless they come up with another crisis. Look for another crisis this week if they want to get this off of the news cycle, because they'll invent another crisis to get this off of the news cycle. But I don't know that people won't, like old Jen Psaki, circle back to old Pam Bondi. I don't believe that'll be let go, no matter what they put in the news cycle. So anyway, that's all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed the drive time. You can see the mountains and the greenness and everything out the side window. I could give y'all a little front view if you want me to, just for a few minutes. Oops. Oh, man. Oh, they're from Virginia, Ethan. It's a, bless their heart, they're a tourist wanting to look over the mountains, but they haven't cleared these mountains off in so long that the overlooks are blocked. You can't see the river. I can't get this to loosen up. Let me see if it'll turn around. No. This truck behind me's gonna get aggravated. I'm driving too slow. West Virginians don't go slow around curves, y'all. Let me see. Turn y'all around. See if y'all can see what I'm seeing as I'm driving. It's where we come off of this mountain is where the New River and the Greenbrier rivers meet. They merge. And the Greenbrier River in a rain is always muddy. And the New River isn't, because it's dammed up for Bluestone Lake. And where those waters merge for a couple of miles, half of that water will be muddy and half of it will be clear. And I'm almost 65 years old. I was raised down here on this river, and to this day, it still amazes me to watch that water merge and how far down the river it is before that mud finally contaminates the new river. But it always comes off the Greenbrier. The Greenbrier feeds from any storms north of West Virginia, even over into Maryland and Pennsylvania. If they get blasted with a bunch of rain, Greenbrier's muddy. That's not much of a view. Y'all looking at a
dozer.
A Caterpillar dozer. But hopefully you can see the scenery. I love it in the summer when everything's green. And that makes sense now why I was so glad to get out of the states that are mostly brown, because when the leaves turn, fall is my favorite time of the year. The temperatures are perfect. The leaves are turning, and I am going to take y'all on a drive time and show y'all the leaves. Going down the West Virginia Turnpike is the most perfect place to see the leaves in full color, and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's just like God just takes his fingers and just paints these mountains. It's just absolutely beautiful.
I thought spring was your favorite time of the year.
The fall. The fall lasts longer than the spring, or used to. We don't have much of a spring now. We go from winter to summer and humidity.
Yeah.
And there didn't used to be a lot of humidity in these mountains when I was growing up. We had heat, but we didn't have all this humidity. Wonder if it has anything to do with that spraying that don't happen. Oh my goodness. I hope I've got good cell service and y'all can, it's sitting glitching and y'all can see this, because I know there are some spaces here that it does. From old drive times. Yeah, I wish we could have got around that dozer so y'all could see, and he's so big and wide I can't even see around him to pass, or I'd be passing. Oh well, that's enough of that, since that old tractor's in our way. Okay, I'm gonna sign off here. Keep praying for our nation, praying for our leaders. Even if you don't like our leaders, pray for them, because whether they're good or bad, God puts all of the kings on the thrones. And that includes presidents and any other leaders. Oh, wait a minute. I might be able to pass this dude. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Better not. Better not. If I could pass him, I'd have let y'all seen some more. But anyway, pray for our leaders, pray for our country, pray for this world. Pray for your brothers and sisters in Christ. Pray for the little children everywhere. The abused, the missing. Just pray. That's what the Sabbath is supposed to be for, that we take time to pray and give thanks, and you can pray when you're doing anything. I pray when I'm driving, I'm praying when I'm showering, I pray when I wash dishes, pray when I just sit on the porch. I can pray anytime. You never know when I'm praying. So remember, God's children, that includes us, we're all God's kids. We were adopted in as Gentiles. Pray for those that are seeking, that they find. So anyway, that's all I have to say. I love y'all. I will be doing a Porch Time Live this week. And I will be doing a video up here. Got us a couple tripods. So y'all can see what a mess I'm going to be dealing with. But me and Ethan love y'all to pieces. I hope you have enjoyed your drive time. It's been a long time since we have done one of these drive times. So that's a good feeling. Anyway, we love y'all. Don't be scared. Just be prepared. Pray for the West Coast. Don't forget that mess. The Ring of Fire and the people in Japan and everything around that Ring of Fire. Pray for that. But I truly think that God is showing his wrath. I truly believe this is the birth pangs. We've just shed too much innocent blood in these clinics for God to be happy. I have been saying since I started this channel, this nation has become nothing more than barely a step above Sodom and Gomorrah. We were given a small reprieve. I don't think the states are voting right on that. The Supreme Court made the right ruling, send it back to the people. We know the blue states are going to vote yes, yes, yes. You know. But God said, I knew you
before you were even in your mother's womb.
Dear Ethan, before you were even in your mother's womb. That's one of God's children that's being slaughtered. Thousands. Pray for those little souls. We know they're back in heaven. I did therapy on women years later after they had done that, being misinformed, that were losing their minds. I can't tell you how many women were in lifelong therapy because of that decision. So anyway, that's all my preach I'm going to do today. We love y'all. We will see you soon. We'll get the farm video uploaded. And one day this week, and I've picked 9 o'clock as my live time. I just have to see what days are good. So if y'all want to go back to that post, I never thought about, because I will probably never get back into doing videos every day. I can't see myself doing that at this stage of the game. But if there's better days for anybody, go back to the clock post under the community posts. And, you know, most people were flexible, but go over there, give me, you know, a time. There's, you know, a few people that said between 9 and 10. Tell me if there's a better day for anybody and let me know. And I apologize, I didn't realize this was so early, because usually we're not able to head to the farm, but my friend's daughter and her kids are in, and Ethan's just dying to see his buddy, so we had to get up here. So anyway, we love ya. I hope you are safe and enjoying any blessing, whether it be small or large. If you are breathing and walking and have any amount of health at all today, you are blessed. You are greatly blessed. And I hope you realize that. And if you don't, you need to get in the Bible and figure it out. So anyway, till next time, we love ya. Bye-bye.